GCSE biology students, you need to know about the respiratory system for your GCSEs coming up. Let's firstly remember that when we breathe in, air can go in through our nose and through our mouth and down our windpipe, also known as our trachea. This air, after going down the trachea, will then go through our bronchi, and these bronchi branch off into lots of bronchioles, which are even smaller branches, and then at the end of those, you'll find alveoli, loads of them. An average adult has something like 150 million alveoli per lung, so you've got around 300 million alveoli inside your lungs. Crazy. And alveoli are the sites of gas exchange in our lungs. This is where CO2 leaves our blood and oxygen comes in to oxygenate our blood. And that's for our working cells to be able to respire, to generate enough energy to carry on working. And I want all of you guys to remember this. Here are the adaptations of our respiratory system which allow us to have efficient gas exchange. And the first one to remember is that our alveoli are one cell thick, meaning a short diffusion pathway or short diffusion distance, which means that the CO2 that's leaving the deoxygenated blood doesn't have to travel very far, and the oxygen coming in from the alveoli doesn't have to travel far either. Our alveoli also have a great supply of blood to them, and the capillaries that supply are also one cell thick, so also short diffusion pathway, so diffusion is easy between those two gases. Remember, I also mentioned that we have millions, hundreds of millions of these alveoli inside our lungs, so that means they're very, very tiny, which gives them a very high surface area. High surface area means greater area over which diffusion can happen, so that's another adaptation, having lots of them and lots of them having a high surface area. One more thing for you guys to remember here is steep concentration gradient between the two gases involved. So when we breathe in, when we ventilate our lungs, the alveoli fill up with lots of oxygen. So there's a high concentration of oxygen inside our alveoli, and the deoxygenated blood has a very low concentration of oxygen because it's got lots of CO2 in it. And that steep concentration gradient allows for very quick diffusion of oxygen into our blood and CO2 into the alveoli, ready for expiration. If you have any questions about this topic, or if you have any other topics that you'd like me to cover, let me know in the comments, and make sure you check out Chris Tuition for our predicted papers for the GCSE 2025 exams, all available on our website. Remember, our predicted papers, as amazing as they are, should be used on top of all the other revision that you're already doing, and make sure you guys use the discount code CHRIS10 if you'd like an extra 10% off.